Good morning, afternoon, evening, guys. We're back with another random tier list. Today, we are talking about Pokémon Legends Arceus, the newest Pokemon game that came out last week. And we were talking about the characters in that game. We have a full list of, well, technically it's not every character in the game. In fact, they did also leave out a couple. But to the point that I am in the game, this is most of the major characters. So we're going to go ahead and use this list and, I don't know, we'll see. When I finally beat the game and 100% it, I'm taking my time with it. Maybe there'll be a cool character that I don't know about. So, no spoilers in the comments section down below, but feel free to let me know what you think by interacting on this video. We're going to go ahead and start with our female main character in the game. She is named something. I don't remember what her default name is, but she is absolutely wonderful. She is incredibly sassy, not in a weird way, but like actually in a realistic way. Because the professor will say really dumb things sometimes, or he'll just be incredibly aggressively happy sometimes, and she'll just be like, dude, what are you talking about? So it's very nice to see a character with actually personality, not just a character who follows you around and goes, yeah, let's do it. So I really, really like her. I really like her character design. Overall, I like how the Galaxy team outfit looks on both of the main characters. So the female main character, the female protagonist, is going to go in S tier for me. I think she is a wonderful character. Shifting gears a little bit, we have Orezu, I believe is her name, one of the wardens of the Diamond clan. And this one I'm going to have to put down in the D tier. She is the warden for Lilligant. And I suppose there will be some spoilers in this video. Nothing about the end of the game, but you will find out what Pokemon these are wardens for, so I apologize if anybody is not wanting to know that. Orezu is the warden of Lilligant, and she hides from you a lot of information because she's trying to do it on her own, and you think she's a villain at first, and then it ends up she's just scared and she's trying to do everything on her own, and then she sprains her ankle and you have to kind of save her. Well, you don't save her, you have to hunt her down and then you can inadvertently save her. I don't know. Her story didn't really make much sense to me. I thought it was going to be this big reveal that there's a conspiracy or something, and it wasn't. So D tier for me. That story didn't really make sense to me. Not a lot there, going with that. Next we have the captain, who, despite talking to her a million times, I cannot think of her name at the moment. Cyril? I don't know. She's Cyrus's ancestor. I'm going to put her in the B tier. She's a good character. Very stern. Never really breaks that stern exterior from what I've seen so far. And yeah, there's not really much more there. But I think that's a good way. She's a very unyielding character. I think she's an above average character in design. She doesn't really have any design flaws that I can think of. So I'll put her in the B tier. Next we have this guy, who is the warden for, well, I don't know if he's the warden for Basculegion, but he's the guy that helps you get Basculegion, and I'm putting him in the F tier. This dude is so scared of ghosts that he can barely talk to you, and he's just generally very, he stutters at every point trying to talk. Not that there's anything wrong with stuttering, but this character is just very annoying to even be around because you can barely tell what he's trying to tell you. I really didn't like this character. Definitely one of the worst ones in the game that I've come across so far. Next up we have the commander. I do like the commander. Gonna also put him in B tier along with the captain. The commander of the entire Galaxy team and all that. I thought at first this guy would definitely turn out to be a villain, the Galaxy team is going to be evil or something, and so far it does not appear to be the case. This guy's been on our side the whole time and been supportive, though he has been stern with us, just like the captain has been. Which I think is realistic for how a town like Jubilife Town trying to survive in this dangerous wilderness, how they would feel to an outsider, I feel is very realistic on how the captain and commander treat you. So B tier for both of them. The first Pearl clan member, I'm going to be going ahead and putting in the C tier. Now she, I think. She is the warden for Cleaver? I think Cleaver. Yeah, I think Cleaver. It's been a while. Her design is weird. Like, the hat is huge, and I don't really understand what it has to do with anything going on with her design. She gives me the vibe that she's, like, supposed to be a cowboy or cowgirl or, like, a rancher, and nothing else in her personality really fits to that. Her personality and dialogue itself was not bad, so I'm not going to put it in D tier like Orezu, but there's just nothing really redeeming about this character, to me. Next up, we have the Diamond Clan member Mai. She is the warden for Warden, who I believe helps you with the Alpha Cricketot, but I could be wrong about that. Again, it has been a couple days since I did that one. So yeah, I'm gonna put her in C tier because frankly, I just don't remember her. I mean, she was. I think she was charming enough, but I don't think it was anything really blow away. I think she's probably better than this character because she doesn't have some of the negatives and the drawbacks, but it's nothing really to write home about. The fact that I don't remember them. Next up, we have the Professor, and I'm sure the Professor is going to be a character that does cause some controversy because I'm sure some people love him and I'm sure some people hate him. I am one of the people that dislikes the Professor. I think he's incredibly annoying. He's aggressively happy at all times. I don't understand what he's wearing on his head. Well, I assume it's a hat because he comes presumably from Alola, which is hot, and he's in Sinnoh now, which is like Japan, so it's cold. But he's also wearing like a suit underneath his jacket, and I don't know. Between his appearance and what he says to you constantly and just his peppy mood all the time, I just don't like this Professor as much as I've liked some of the other Pokemon Professors. Professors aren't always great, but this Professor I really don't care for. I am going to unfortunately have to put him down in D tier because he is such an important character, and I feel like they really did miss the mark with him. Next we have Ray, the male protagonist. And while I don't think he is as good as the female protagonist, I do think he is quite good in his own right. So I am also going to put him in S tier. I have not played as a female, but I have seen some clips and stuff, and I've seen how my character interacts with everybody in the game as I am playing as him. And I just, again, really like how they've given personality to these characters. They're not two-dimensional. They have a lot of different facets, and they act like real people when people around them are stupid. Namely the Professor. So S tier for the characters. Next up we have Adaman, and I actually really like Adaman. I don't know if it's his hair, I don't know if it's his attitude. I also kind of thought he'd be a villain, and so far he's been nothing but helpful. He's been a super nice guy. He believes in that Sinnoh is the god of time, so he's always timely and like right where you would expect him to be. Or not when you expect him to be, but where he's needed. And I really like that. I think he's cool. I think he's going to be A tier for me. His hair's awesome as well. So yeah, A tier. Next we have the Ginkgo clan leader. Is his name just Ginkgo? I feel like it's not, but I don't remember his name. I don't really have much to say about this character. He's chill. I don't put him in C tier, top of C tier. He hasn't rubbed me the wrong way, but I really don't have. The extent that I've talked to this guy seems to be just like buying stuff from him. So I don't really have much else to say there. Volo, on the other hand, has been pretty cool. Volo's helping me walking around and helping me through my what would you say, your adventure, right? He helps you collect some hieroglyphics and artifacts in the Crimson Boglands. And he's collecting the Arceus plates just like you are, so presumably that will come into play later. Again, another character, and this is the fourth or fifth time I've said this, I feel like. Another character who I think may end up being a villain at some point, but seems like that's not the way they're going with this game. There might be a twist somewhere, but haven't gotten to it yet if there is. I think Volo's a pretty good character. He seems to be one of the only competent Pokemon trainers in the Sinnoh or Hisuian region at the moment. The other ones, I suppose Adaman and Irida are also, but he actually has Pokeballs. So as far as trainers with Pokeballs go, he is one of the only competent ones outside of you, and I respect that. So A tier. The final character that we have here is the leader of the Pearl Clan, Irida, and I don't really think Irida is that great of a character. Now, I suppose she is better than these two, but I am going to just drop her in C tier and nowhere higher, because while there are certain parts of Irida's character that I like, she insists that Sinnoh is the god of space, and it's just like a weird, like, contradiction where, like, Adaman is, like, very timely, right? And Irida's like, I have to do what I feel is right, or whatever. I don't know. I also don't understand what the heck she's wearing. Everybody else is, like, all bundled up, and, like, you know, it looks like it's winter, or at the very least, like, it's cool outside. And I get that she's a native of the area, but, like, she's barely wearing any clothes, which doesn't really make sense. I don't understand how she's the leader of the Pearl Clan, where she looks like she's, like, 14. It does mention that she's recently become the leader, but Adaman gives off this air that he, while young, is experienced and does have some authority. Irida does not really give off that experience. There's a much older member of the Pearl Clan, which unfortunately is not on this list, who I think would have made a better clan leader, and maybe, I don't know, she didn't want to do it or whatever. But, I don't know, I don't really like Irida. If I had to pick a clan, I would be picking Adaman's Diamond Clan. Even though 3 of his characters ended up in C tier or below. So, yeah. Alright guys, with all that said, this is how I'd rank the Pokémon Legends Arceus characters. Let me know what you think. Be back tomorrow for another video. Probably won't be Arceus. We'll see. With all that said, guys, this has been the guy that makes random tier lists, signing off.